In an age of war, there is only one man who can forge a bright path for China's future. Cao Cao is a brave military commander and a brilliant administrator, a man known to be ruthless and pragmatic. The corrupt dying Han dynasty no longer benefits the people of China, and Cao Cao plans to replace it. In the wake of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, Cao Cao aggressively crushed the rebellion wherever he could find it, earning the praise of his peers, adding to his fame and power. Now that the evil tyrant Dong Zhuo controls the court, Cao Cao has moved back to the east. Many talented officers flocked to the banner of Cao Cao. Now that he's moved to the east, he's able to consolidate his power. Every nearby petty warlord will eventually bend their knee to Cao Cao. It is now time for us to build our own dynasty. Cao Cao, the strategic mastermind, he has an inherent minus 10% upkeep for all horse units in his army, plus 15 to military supplies, meaning that he'll be able to stay in enemy territory for longer periods of time without having to go back home. For his faction specialization, he has a special resource called credibility. You're able to spend that to cause your neighbors or enemies to dislike or like other people even more, or even dislike or like you more. That way, you can kind of dictate what's happening around you. If you want two other factions to fight, then you can have them do so over time as you use more and more credibility. We also have a few unique features here. Two groups here are horsemen. One heavy variant, one standard, the Tiger and Leopard Cavalry. And we have two unique buildings as well, the farming garrisons. That gives you more food and replenishment. Then over here we have a military conscription building. It gives a higher starting rank for new recruits. You can recruit more in a season, and you get more food from farming in addition to other effects. And we do begin with two special characters, Shahodun and Shahou Yuan. Now we are ready to begin. We'll be playing on romance. Let's go see it happen.
Embers rise, stark against the night. The tyrant Dong Zhuo wields the flames of destruction. Luoyang burns, chaos ignites, as the power of the eunuchs is crushed. In the pyre, the hand falters. Opportunity glimmers in the darkness. One's weakness is another's strength. Cao Cao observes and prepares. The moment approaches. Order will be restored, no matter the cost. The flames have run their course. Luoyang is nothing but rubble now. It is the work of the tyrant Dong Zhuo, who now wields power unchecked. He absconds with the Emperor in tow. He is barbaric, but not altogether unwise. As long as he controls the court, he controls the Empire.
In peace, I shall be an able subject. In chaos, a crafty hero.
What of the Coalition, my lord? They have...
The Coalition is finished. They have lost their bite. But perhaps they can be rallied into something resembling their old strength. It seems that I must be the blade of China's justice. There is no other who can. Man's span of life, whether long or short, depends not on heaven alone.
Establish your power. Lord Cao Cao, you have been cast out, branded an enemy of the Empire. It is clear that only you have the capability to end Dong Zhuo's tyranny and bring peace. You can use the surging population and pliable peasantry of your homelands to your advantage, whilst vulnerable foes to the north may make expansion there beneficial. The time has come to increase your prestige and influence, then unite what has been divided. I've got to watch out for a few warlords. I feel like I can bring Yuan Shu to my side. Mission issued. Pursued by Dong Zhuo's men, Cao Cao prepares to fight. The coalition is finished, and the tyranny of Dong Zhuo endures. Despite your intentions, the time has now come to look to other plans. Although you've returned home, there is little time to waste. The tyrant has sent Han forces to apprehend you. They must be defeated before we can look to our future. If I beat him, I'll gain +5 to my morale and +30 to my military supplies faction-wide for 3 turns. They gave me a few free ancillaries too. Here's one follower, a devious attendant, giving me +2 to cunning and authority. Here's a new weapon, and an iron snake, giving more to satisfaction and expertise. Let's go over to Shahodun. One day he'll lose an eye. For your follower, I think for now, I'm going to give you that devious attendant. And over here, I would like for you to be more satisfied with my faction. If they're really unhappy, they can cause issues, but now he's at 62. He's doing much better. He's currently at rank 3. And over here we have Cao Cao. For Cao Cao, because he's leading horsemen, I'm going to give him that herdsman as a follower. +2 to resolve, but also a wedge formation. That I do like. That should do it. I'm not going to give you a new weapon. I feel like the one you have is fine. Oh wait, hold on. That would be a lot more base damage. Not as much armor piercing damage, but more base damage. I do like that. We're not fighting heavily armored foes right now. If it changes, I'll switch back his weapon later on. Then over here we have our faction summary. Right now, I'm only a low-ranking noble. As I gain more prestige by building certain buildings or winning battles or doing whatever, I'll eventually upgrade to a new rank. For my court, I have no positions to assign yet. Again, I need to increase my rank in order to unlock what you see here. For my family tree, I've got 2 children. They're doing fine on their own. My father's still alive. How about that? For diplomacy, let's try to get some trade agreement. There we go. And I'm not going to use my credibility just yet. I want to see who becomes a power. Once I know who's a power, I can make them fight another faction. That way they're weaker whenever I get to them. Okay. I believe we can now begin our battle. Though we should probably look at where we're at right now. We only own one location, Chen. Eventually, I'll want to control the livestock farm and farmland of Chen. We have 2 building slots over here. And I think for now, because I get income from my peasantry and more food production, I would like to enhance that. Government support would be the way to do that. Here's a drifter farming camp giving me +25% to food production, +10% to income from peasantry, and cheaper military buildings too. You can only build 1 building at a time in your commandery. And finally, we can go into battle. Yuan Huan has got to die. Here we go. Cao Cao is now gearing up. He's about to fight his very first battle, where we're going to be able to take out some very serious enemies in the future. Though for now, it's practice. Unfortunately, the leader of our enemy troop is a fairly talented fellow, but he's on the wrong side of history today. Let's go have a look at our army and what they're doing right now. Cao Cao is moving over here on the left flank, leading in his own elite horsemen. In the middle of my field, we have all of my infantry. They'll be charging in too. On the right flank, we have Shahodun leading his own horsemen. The goal is to really hit them from all sides without really being hit by their archers for a prolonged period of time. Cao Cao might even be able to initiate a duel with the enemy leader. It'll be a good show of strength, showing his men that he's capable in combat. He's not going to send them out to fight on their own. He'll be fighting too. Our enemies have some horsemen, they have a few bowmen, and 2 groups of swordsmen, so not a very large army at all. All of my horsemen will allow me to win on the open fields. Whenever we fight in the town, it'll become much more difficult. Here they come now. Cao Cao is charging in. A duel has been initiated. I have a feeling that Cao Cao might win that battle. Let's have a look over here. Cao Cao did become, at the age of 20, a district captain over in Luoyang. And whenever the Yellow Turban Rebellion broke out, he was made a captain of the cavalry and was told to stamp out the rebellion wherever he found it, which he did. Dong Zhuo, whenever he took control of the capital, would try to hire Cao Cao, but Cao Cao didn't want to work for him. Cao Cao left Luoyang for Qinliu. He sold his family properties and raised up troops That's when the regional warlords combined their forces under Yuan Shao in a coalition against Dong Zhuo. Cao Cao has won his own duel. The battle is largely over now. If we have a look at it right now, pretty much everyone is either broken or they're about to be. My infantry is now moving in. They don't know which way to defend. I mean, they're being hit by horsemen, infantry, everyone, really. It might be a minor battle, but those early battles really teach you a lot on how to manage your soldiers and what they're really good at. Xiahou Dun will one day lose his eye. It'll be really cool to see him. I'm sure he's not very appreciative of that, but it does look cool. Yeah. Xiahou Dun would join up under Cao Cao's banner whenever he would raise up troops to go fight Dong Zhuo. He's a pretty darn good guy. And now the battle is over. We have won our very first battle. There's many more to come. There's our first victory, one of many to come. Let's take for now more income. I didn't really lose too many soldiers. I should have a sufficient amount to take over the town or the farmland. One mission completed. Now we have another one issued. The banner of war is raised, and Cao Cao marches. You are safe for now, Lord Cao Cao, but we cannot rest. The time has come to expand your rule. The nearby farmland is an opportunity waiting to be seized and a chance of pushback against those enthralled to Dong Zhuo. If I take it, I'll gain +5 to public order for 3 turns and more faction support faction-wide. Glorious victory. This victory is just the beginning, a cautious tactical beginning. From here, I must continue to consolidate and expand. Future victory will come only through careful strategy. Cao Cao has gained more experience.
Restore harmony.
Let's go into battle again. We should be able to reach it. Good, we can. Okay, we can fight another battle. If I auto-resolve, I'll lose way too many soldiers. I would rather fight it on my own and lose fewer. Xiahou Dun is currently charging in. Our enemies are limited in number. They're right over here, holding their position. Cao Cao is currently on the right flank with all of our horsemen waiting to charge in. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Tunxian system. It wasn't invented by Cao Cao, but he did implement it on a massive scale. It was how he was able to field so many soldiers and to feed them too. Here comes Cao Cao right now. In this time period, war disrupted the economy and agriculture as well. Refugees were everywhere and they did need work. Peasants, refugees, and soldiers were given plots of land to farm. The tools required, like plows and oxen, were provided by the government at a low price. In exchange, they had to give over half of their harvest. That really means that you were able to solve a lot of economic woes at the time. You had lands that were not being utilized, and you had a lot of unemployed people. 2 birds, 1 stone. Right now, our horsemen are destroying all of their bowmen. They're all fleeing. We're not fighting anyone really tough yet. That will change in time, but for now, it's really good practice. I mean, we're learning a lot. Xiahou Dun and Cao Cao can become closer friends, which does provide a tangible benefit on the battlefield. You get a buff if you have a relative or a close friend in your army. Now the battle's over. We're chasing down everyone who remains. I wonder, is anyone really holding? Let's have a look. Right over here, we have a pocket of men still holding. They're trying very hard. I don't know for what or why. I would put down my weapon and say, hey, Cao Cao, do you need a new soldier? I'll join you. Yeah, before Cao Cao really implemented that system on his own, it was extensively utilized by the military. But later, Cao Cao would adapt it for civilian use too. Okay, the battle's now over. Let's move on. Another battle won. Now we have the livestock farm. We'll occupy it. I'm not here to be punitive against these people. They're about to form the core of my territory. Another mission completed. Establishing order. Cao Cao has gained 1,750 experience. The settlement will be a valuable tool in our continuing endeavors. It must thrive. The population must grow, that it might best serve our needs. And time for a new mission. Cao Cao administrates firmly but fairly. Although you have your eyes on the future, my lord, do not forget that you must remain strong both at home as well as in the field. Our home infrastructure can be developed. Rich farmland and fertile plains should be nurtured. Doing so can only aid us. If I construct or upgrade a building, which I am, I'll have cheaper buildings to build for 3 turns, and it'll take 1 less turn to build them. Good. Now we can end our turn. We've done all that we can for right now. Fortunately, turns do end quickly, barring any type of diplomatic treaty that might crop up. And again, once I know who's a more dominant threat by me, I'll begin to use my credibility to cause issues for them. There we go, another mission completed. An army is called, and Cao Cao looks to lead. Word of your efforts has spread, and there are now many who admire your ambition, believing you to be the one with the strength and drive to reunite China. They are willing to put their faith in your leadership and offer their talents in your service. It is time for you to start recruiting warriors for the long battle ahead. I need to recruit 2 more, then I'll get growing might, giving me 50 more bonus experience for units per season and 10% more replenishment. Replenishment is vital. We need a lot of that.
Law must rule.
Now what do I want to build? I've got a farm laborer camp over here, a land registry office as well, providing food for us. I think I want more food production. That'll do it for me. Yeah. Of course, if I upgrade my livestock corral into a farm, the garrison will grow. I do have enemies over to the east. Let's do that then. And here's a new ancillary, a wooden dog, giving 4 resolve and 4 satisfaction. I'll give that to another officer. Character developments, we have a character in our court. I do not want to have him join me. 1 building completed, and the Yellow Turbine Rebellion is all over, so whenever they move a capital, I'm not really shocked about that.
I return. Summon my advisor.
Let's now get ready for another battle. We've got some farms to take. We'll come right over here. And because I'm unable to reach him, it's time for me to recruit another officer. Shaho Yuan. There we go. Now we have even more horsemen. Besides having more horsemen, I want more infantry. Archers could work too. You know what? For now, we'll take some archers. If I look at my diplomatic map, we can see what is going on. I've got to rotate it. Over to the west, we still have the Han Empire. I know a little bit further to the west we'll find Yuan Shu. He'll probably take over these lands. I'm more worried about Yuan Shu and Tao over to the east. Wanglong, I'll probably take out on my way to defeat Tao. Then, in the future, my goal is to move up north. If I can take everything up north, I'll have an amazing base of operations to operate from. Let's have a look. Outside of the Yellow Turbine Rebellion and the Han Empire, many people like me quite a bit. Okay, let's end our turn now. I don't need a full army, not right now. That would cost way too much. I wouldn't be able to build up new buildings in my lands. That wouldn't benefit anyone. Okay, here's my new turn. Yuan Shu is now fighting the Yellow Turbine Rebellion. Good luck. And another mission completed. Opportunity glimmers and Cao Cao senses power. Your initial advances were promising, my lord, but bolder steps are required. You must take control of the entire commandery. By doing so, you will solidify a central position that allows you to administrate and strategize more effectively. From such a position, you can then more easily expand your influence and fight any other warlords in your way. I've got to conquer 1 more location, then I'll get +5 to credibility for 3 turns. Not bad. Not bad at all. We leveled up. Cao Cao is now rank 4. What am I going to give him today? +5 to replenishment. We're going to pick up flexibility. +8 to resolve, and a cheaper redeployment cost. Not bad. And now we can go into battle again. Who are we fighting? Ah, Wang Guan. I remember him. It should be the same character. Oh, they tried to ambush me. How daring. Well, well, well. We've got another enemy to fight. It looks like right now we're heavily outnumbered. This should be a really brutal battle for me. Wang Guan, and over here we have Shun Yu. Well, we're going in anyway. Xiahou Dun is currently marching to the enemy camp. He's going to challenge the enemy leader to a duel. We're heavily outnumbered right now. We really have no chance of winning if we don't do something really dramatic. They have a lot of infantry. I don't. We do have horsemen, but they have many halberds. Anyway, let's go look at where we're at right now. Currently, their main army is right over here in the woods and on a little hill. Their reinforcing army is led by Huang Quan. That guy was fired for opposing Dong Zhuo. He didn't want Dong Zhuo to move the capital of the Han Empire, the Han Dynasty. And later he would help out Wang Yun, the fellow who plotted the death of Dong Zhuo. Right now, we're fighting Shun Yu, a very talented fellow who would later go on to serve Cao Cao in 196. Unfortunately, he's on the wrong side of history right now. And right now, Xiahou Dun is currently moving to the enemy camp.
Quick march!
Cao Cao is currently behind with our main army. Eventually, they'll make it over here. But if we can take out their leadership, that would be a grand victory. It would mean that we could really have a chance. Let's have a look over here, though. Archers everywhere. Archers are quite deadly, too. They will tear you up. There's all of my horsemen over there, led by Xiahou Yuan, a cousin of Xiahou Dun. We're about to have a duel now.
Ready! Our general needs our aid. A duel has started. Our
Here we go.
must win.
Right in the middle of your men getting knocked down. Now that is really shameful. The battle's beginning. We can watch a fight happen here for a little while because our forces won't be here for quite some time. They've got to wait for a period.
Go for the legs.
Oh, well, you don't have an audience. It's like they know you're going to lose the battle. Either way, though, if we manage to win, we can go on and hopefully take out their other leader too. Meaning that we'll have a great chance at least breaking many of our enemies. But in here, in Three Kingdoms, your enemies will stay behind even when their leader dies. They won't all break right away. Let's have a look at where my soldiers are at now. Our enemies are beginning to move up, and I'm waiting over here. Their reinforcements are currently on the way, and there's their other officer. The duel is nearly over too. He's about to lose it.
Go for the legs.
Either that man is not very large, or Xiahou Dun is very, very large. It's over. He won. Now, let's go watch our first charge. Xiahou Yuan is now charging in. Our goal is to eliminate whatever infantry and archers they have here. He's now moving on to charge in at some archers. We have a few archers too, though not very many. There is Xiahou Yuan. We really do have a lot of talented men under our command. That's going to give us a great chance to succeed later on. Here comes my infantry now. They're also charging in. Here comes more horsemen too. Their leader is currently on his own. They have only one leader left, and if we get him, they're in large trouble. Now, Xiahou Dun is going after their other leader. He's all alone, but if he manages to kill him too, we'll be well off. Let's come over here now. My infantry are all charging in, ready to hold over here in the trees. My goal is to hold here while I have all of my horsemen try to charge in and destroy many elements of my enemy's forces. As you can see, we are well outnumbered. Cao Cao is currently fighting in the middle. Xiahou Yuan is charging around. Cao Cao is going to be in the midst of that army for quite some time. Let's zoom out real quick and find out where everyone is at. Xiahou Yuan is also back here. Here comes all of my horsemen. Unfortunately, they're being hit by a few enemy volleys too. They're charging back in. And when we tire out, our charges will be less effective. Now I wonder, the enemy leader is still here. He's quite difficult to pin down whenever you've got a lot of other enemies nearby to guard him.
Hurry!
we're going to zoom out again. My archers will eventually move over here to the left flank to hit our enemies. They'll be able to get many more kills like that. Nothing will really happen over here in the trees other than a long brawl. Sometimes you just have to duke it out, which is what they're doing here. If you look at it too, it seems like a few of their units have some pretty decent armor. My units don't really have a lot of armor. Let's go back to the more flexible part of the battle with all of my horsemen. It's hard to know who's who, so I'm going to use my spacebar right now. Xiahou Yuan was able to hunt down the enemy leader. He's currently fleeing. Wang Guan is not able to get very far. He's being hit over and over. Pretty soon he'll be dead. A feather fan or a spear? Which one is going to win? I have a pretty good idea. Are you taking that horse with you? He's dead too. If you look at it though, my horsemen are taking a lot of damage. Whenever a group of enemy archers flee, but they come back, they're able to shoot you up before you can reach them again. There's my horsemen. As you can see too, their speed is slowed down. Eventually, we'll take out every single exterior unit, then focus on this large blob of enemies. I really enjoy how we went from fighting a skirmish here or there to an all-out battle. I mean, here's a true battle. We're pushing in just a little bit. A few enemies have broken. Cao Cao is still fighting, taking down men left and right. He's like, hey, I've got an empire to make. Get out of my way. All the while, my bowmen are over here, firing volleys right into the backs of my foes. A few of them don't seem to care very much about being shafted. They're like, yeah, well, it was bound to happen. They have no arrows, and now they're going to charge in. Even if you have no arrows, you still get to fight. Here they come. We just need bodies here. I'm running low on soldiers now. We're about to zoom out and have a more strategic overview of the battle. On my right flank, I've lost a lot. They're pushing down on me. Okay, here we go. Many of my units here are heavily damaged. Xiahou Yuan, Xiahou Dun, and Cao Cao are fighting. Cao Cao is quite wounded. While they're all fighting, my horsemen keep charging in and out. There's a few units over here who have come back, but if we charge at them from behind, maybe they'll stay broken or even shatter. If we win, we'll have beaten nearly 4,000 enemies. We took out their leadership, then we took out their men. It looks like they're breaking. Not all of them, but most of them are beginning to break. Xiahou Dun just charged back in. The battle is now over.
Make haste! Run!
We've done it. We've won the battle. Through tactical maneuvering, we were able to defeat them. We took out their leadership, then we had to fight a lot of soldiers. We kept them all condensed over in the woods where we were able to cycle charges over and over. Now, I would like to replenish a bit.
I value true talent.
12% should be sufficient. Let's have a look over here. Yang Zhao. I could reach you now, right? I hope I can. Xiahou Dun, you're rank 4. What am I going to give you? It really depends on what options we have here. Reach. More campaign movement when commanding. +1 to available armies, but only if you're the Prime Minister, heir, or faction leader. Mobility is quite good. For his own retinue, +25% battle running speed. That's really good, actually. And over here, he would get Encourage. It provides a morale bonus to nearby allies. That I like more. We'll give him consideration. Okay, it's time for me to push in. I can't fight a night battle. If I auto-resolve, my casualties will be low. It's a minor battle now. We already fought the big battle. Time to
Taking
occupy.
the settlement.
From each according to their ability, a new mission issued. My lord, the generals under your command are talented individuals, each with an array of skills they can put to use in improving your realm. In each commandery, they can be sent on assignments to oversee and improve the infrastructure, both military and civic, of your lands. Each character has different qualities to bring to these endeavors, so inspect your options carefully. I've got to send one character on assignment. If I do so, I gain more credibility. For 3 turns anyway. They ambushed me, but still died. Now, Xiahou Yuan and Cao Cao are friends. Good. Hopefully, we'll only get positive relationships in our armies.
Chaos.
Chen, I still don't have my farmland. Eventually, I'll go back to get it.
Pure folly.
I wonder, Xun Yu, will your army be a threat to me later? I highly doubt it. I would like to go back to the west and finally unite all of Chen. I'll probably end up doing that. And while we're here, we better pick up more infantry, or more units in general. I think for now, I'm going to take up a few more infantrymen. They're relatively cheap, which is why I want to recruit them. We'll take some G militia. There we go. And over here for you, Xiahou Yuan, I'm going to give you 2 groups of Raider Cav. They're only light spear Cav, but they can still be quite beneficial. Okay, with my army, I should be able to handle most enemies nearby. More money would be great, but cheaper buildings would be even better. Then again, I don't really have the money to build anything at all. Yeah, why don't we gain more money? My wife can manage the area for right now. Cao Ren will be great for later, when I have money. Now we can end our turn. I really wonder what characters might come join my court later, and Yuan Shao would like for me to join a new coalition. Coalition Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. No, I think not, buddy. In the future, you're going to be my enemy. You don't know it yet. Hopefully I get a character like Gogia. He used to work for Yuan Shao, but he found out that Yuan Shao did not know how to really tap into the potential of his subordinates. Cao Cao does. Another mission completed. Cao Cao seeks to improve his standing. If we are to face down Dong Zhuo and end the tyranny blighting China, then our prestige amongst the other nobles must increase. Through your economic wisdom, gifted statecraft, and strategy, you can and should make yourself known. I've got to reach a higher rank. Well, I plan on it. My father was killed. Cao Cong. Word has reached you that your beloved father, Cao Cong, has been ambushed and murdered by the vile Tao Qian. There will be time for grieving later, but for now, your advisors are calling for you to act. I will crush him. You swore to crush Tao Qian underfoot and grind him into the dust. The blood of his people will provide the grist for your armies. Dear God, man. Now we have a war going on, and because I had a great loss here, Cao Cao was given more experience. Let's have a look. There are many new characters in my court, but no one that I would like to hire right now. There's only a few notable characters I would love to hire, but I don't know when they'll be here. Well, I have a general idea, but Cao Cao, it's time for you to move on. Tao Qian currently is beyond me. There's a buffer between myself and Wang Long, which means I don't really need to worry about him just yet. And he's got to worry about the Yellow Turban Rebellion, meaning that I can move over to take my farmland over in Chen. Let's get a move on. I would like a strategist over in my army later. Xiahou Yuan is fantastic, but I don't really need more horsemen. In fact, if I want to make more money, I could just get rid of a few retinues right now. Not a bad idea. I don't want you to come back. Yeah, we'll leave it where it's at for now. I don't have a lot of money, but I do have a new reform I can pick up, which means I can get another trade agreement. Over here we have foreign envoys. That will give me one more trade agreement that I'm able to pick up. We begin with our regional commissioners, decreasing the cost of recruitment by 8%, which is really marginal, but it adds up. Now, who would like to trade with me? Kong Zhao. Sure, we can do that. You're really of no consequential threat to me.
Agreeable.
Now we can end our turn again. He's a minor power, a warlord who will probably be killed at some point. I really want to unify all of Chen, then I'll feel like I have my base of operations where I can move out. What building do I want to build now? Yangzhou. If I build that up, I'll get a lot more food. The garrison will grow quite a bit too. A livestock corral into a livestock farm. We'll take it. 1,450 coins. There we go. Wait, someone is attacking the farmland in Chen.
Let us draw up plans.
I'm on my way. I'm trying to go from town to town. That way I can take my time and replenish my numbers. We now have an overseer. That would provide more campaign movement range for Cao Cao. There are other benefits too, but that one alone is really beneficial. You'll take that. Shaho Yuan, you're gonna take that herdsman. Sure, you've got a lot of horsemen. And here's a wooden dog. He's like, man, I don't need a wooden dog. I'm an adult. Too bad, you get one too. Whenever I meet up with Yuan Shu, I may ally him. Or I could cause him to hate his half-brother Yuan Shao even more. Liu Dai wants a non-aggression pact. Sure, we can take that. He'll like me more.
By wisdom.
I will control my allies. I will control my enemies too. They will fight who I want them to fight. But Cao Qian, that is a personal matter.
Demands merciless action.
What do I want to upgrade now? A drifter farming camp. If I upgrade you, I'll get more food production and income from my peasantry. I'm currently making quite a bit. Not bad at all. Though I would like for it to go up. We've gained a new ancillary. Wait, Gogia is now in my court. Gogia is a fantastic officer. He was really behind a lot of the early wins that Cao Cao would have. Hold on, I've got to have the money to hire him. And before I do that, I want to come over here. Yuan Shao, who do you hate? Well, I don't know what neighbor of yours is really that close by. It really depends. No, I do not have contact with Gong Sun Sun, which would be a pretty good enemy for him to fight. Which means I'll wait. I'll save up my credibility. Anyway, let's go back over here to my court, where I can hire Gogia. He's rank 3 and a legendary officer. You want him on your side. You joined us pretty early. He's meant to join later in life, but I'm okay with that. Oh, very good. We could use him. We could really use him. I think I want you to lead your own army. Yeah. I don't want you to command my army, but I would love for you to move on. Only for now. I could let him defend maybe my livestock farm. That could be a decent idea. Anyway, let's recruit Gogia. Right over here. That gives me more archers. Okay, what do you have? He's got 3 traits: cunning, brilliant, and perceptive. As I told you, he's very good. He also has a flaming shot. You need a flaming shot if you want to take down enemy towers. Those towers will destroy you. And here's your clay axe. Now he's a bit happier to be on my side, and currently he's a senior advisor, as he well should be. Okay, we can end their turn again. Well, how far can I move? Not very. But that should do it. Let him replenish a little bit more, then we can move on. As for you, Shaho Yuan, I'll have you move over here to my livestock farm. I could disband him, I could recall him to the court, but we'll leave him up for now, only because I don't know how close Cao Qian will get to my lands. Not yet. Now we can end our turn again. Gogia at one point even listed all of the advantages that Cao Cao had over Yuan Shao, and why Yuan Shao would lose to Cao Cao. He really was right. What's over here? Remain hungry. A swordsman in your realm is known to be unbeatable, and you've enjoyed many evenings watching him defeat challengers in fighting matches. However, one evening, he is challenged by a peasant armed with a simple homemade bamboo staff in place of a sword. The warrior scoffs, but the peasant's fighting style is unknown to him, and he is soon laid low by the deft movement of the staff. You contemplate this and conclude that flexibility is the greatest weapon against chaos, and it is time you yourself studied a new skill. So now we've gained a new ancillary. Discourses of the States for Cao Cao. Very cool. Let's go check that out real quick. Oh, look at that. We get to reduce corruption by 5%. We get more satisfaction. Not that we need it, but also more authority too. I'll take it. There we go. Now let's get ready to move towards that farmland. I don't know who's down here, but oh, Yellow Turban Rebellion, led by the healer, Wei Yi. I'll have to beat him. If I beat him, I will need someone to watch my town. Xiahou Yuan, you can come back now. Yeah, come over here. And while I have the money, let's come over here and build my farm laborer camp. There we go. I have another person in my court, but I don't really care. I've got all that I need for right now. Let's end our turn again. I'll have a lot of credibility by the time I get to Yuan Shu. Yuan Shu might even be fighting that Yellow Turban army. That might be why he's coming up here to fight near me, which is a very bad idea. Diao Chan, the minister Wang Yun, fearing the tyranny of Dongzhuo, sends his adopted daughter to the capital. His plan is to have her destroy the relationship between Dongzhuo and his adopted son Lu Bu. Uh-oh. Dongzhuo won't be long for the world. Which is a shame. I really wanted to kill him on my own. Well now, let's come on down. Wei Yi, I don't really care who you are, but that land belongs to me and the people of Chen. It's a really minor battle. I will delegate that. Goodbye now. We've gained a little bit of coin. We'll occupy it. I'm not here to punish the people. That would be cruel. Oath sworn. We fought side by side in battle. Together we utterly devastated the enemy's forces. Xiahou Dun and Cao Cao are now closer together. We now have all of Chen. And a military great axe. I wonder who I might give that to. I'll think about it. Xiahou Yuan, you'll come over here. And Cao Cao, you'll wait here for 1 turn. It'll be the year 192 by then. I don't really have much more to give you. I really don't. I wish I did. I could give you that book. You do deserve it. You're already happy to be in my court, though. Wei Yi, how much land do you have? Oh, you probably controlled more of Runan, but now Yuan Shu is pushing over here. Meaning that it's time for me to use my credibility, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's go look at the land of Yuan Shu. Yuan Shu is a half-brother of Yuan Shao. They do not really get along. Why don't you like me more? There we go. Now, our relationship is a little bit better. I think I'll do it one more time. He's a pretty major power for right now. That could always change. Who knows who might become a major power later, but for right now, he'll be my buffer. If I could use him to kill his half-brother, that would be ideal. Again, I want you to like me a lot. Eventually, he'll probably want some manner of treaty, too. We shall see in time. Okay, it's finally time for me to end my turn. I have a bit of money left. If I go look at my commanderies, I'm not building anything over here, but I cannot. I've got to get a new reform. Oh, that would be great. That would be a very large garrison. Anyway, let's end our turn now. Wei Yi is now leaving. You want me to give you food? Okay. You don't really have a lot of food. You have a lot of money, but not a lot of food. You want me to give you 1 food every turn for 10 turns. You know what? I'll do it. Sure. I have plenty of food. In fact, that's really part of my goal. I want to become the breadbasket. I want to have a large army and a lot of food. 11 food now. A new challenge issued. Revenge is schemed against old adversaries. There is a corruption at the heart of the Tao family, which can no longer be tolerated. To avoid betrayal now or in the future, their leader should be confronted and defeated as soon as possible. I can do that.
I must refuse.
Wei Yi, you're way over here.
I return. Summon my advisors.
Time for me to move away. Xiahou Yuan, you'll stay here and guard.
Once again, I feel
I'm going to give you a few more units too. We'll keep it cheap though. We'll keep it relatively cheap. There you go. And it's finally time for me to repair my farmland.
To arms!
I could march over to the east, but I need Gogia to have more units. Like a trebuchet. I love having a trebuchet. That's pretty good. A crossbow would be pretty good too. Let's have a look over here. Ranged damage, armor piercing, 45. A bowman only has 20. They only have 12 shots. Oh no, sorry. They have 15 shots total. They have a range of 250. That's really good. They're very deadly, aren't they? Maybe instead I want crossbowmen. No, I like that. I want my frickin' trebuchet. I've earned it. And we can get a new reform. What about another trade treaty? You know what? We'll go down philosophy and trade again. Sign a Roman embassy. They speak of another great empire to rival our own in distant lands. If they speak, we should listen. And done. Now we can get another trade treaty, meaning that we can get more money. Yuan Shu would like to trade.
We are in agreement.
As you can see, I've built a new wall. And now we can cause a few issues over here.
A joy
Yuan
to
Shu,
see you.
what about if you did not like Yuan Shao? How about that? I'm here to cause a few issues, sure. I don't have a lot of credibility. It's going up. I'm beginning to run out. I'll have to be mindful of that. Okay, it's about time for me to end my turn again. I nearly have a full army. I do not have a lot of income coming in, but that may change in the future. Wang Chao took Penqing. Wang Long, I could take over, which is really not a bad idea. Zhang Gan, the bandit, is now fighting the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Interesting. We've gained a labor recruiter. Now that is a lot of population growth, 8,000 people per turn, plus 2 to resolve. I could give it to my administrator. It's an idea. We have more characters in our court, but I do not have a lot of money. We can have a look briefly. There's really no one that notable that I would like to take in right now, so forget about it. Let's go over here to my characters. You're currently out doing your job. Let's give you that labor recruiter. And that's my wife. Okay, now we're moving over here, where we're planning on taking Penqing. I won't be going into the town as I've got to move on. Ming Zhao is thankfully very happy. That's really interesting. I do love that I don't need to camp out in every single town. I can make choices to actually keep my towns in order without having to lose all of that. Shaho Yuan, you'll stay here for now. People are very unhappy. Wei Yi is somewhere around here, hidden. He's waiting. I don't know where, but I'm very glad I have my army. Oh, it's a small city. Okay, I wouldn't be able to take that with my other army. That wouldn't work out. And I think we're done again. Let's end our turn. One day I'll send out a spy, but I need more money for that. I'm trying to build up my towns right now, so I'm not too worried about it. Wei Yi probably doesn't have the power to stop me. If he's unable to go back home to Runan, he's in big trouble. Wang Kuang is now fighting Liu Dai. Zhang Zhao is now fighting Guangzhou. And we have a new son. South Fin. An ambush, huh? Oh, right by me.
I cannot.
Very, very rude. They're right over here. Well, I will not be going down there. Not right now. I'm very, very busy. Can I reach your town? Unfortunately, I cannot. I need one more turn. Then we'll take out Penqing. Then we'll go to the farmland of Penqing. I'll be fighting through a wall in order to get to Taoqian. That's how angry I am. Shaho Yuan, who do you not like? You have friends already. I do wish you were in my army, but that is okay. You know these two. I think your relationship is fine. Your satisfaction should be higher. You want a higher court position. Oh, I can understand that. And I can't promote you right now. You've already got a pretty good rank. Maybe I should give him my book then, for right now. Because I've got a bit to go until I make it to my following rank. I suppose I could still wait. Anyway, let's end our turn again, because I don't believe I have anything to upgrade. No, I do not. Let's go over to my commanderies. Nothing to upgrade yet. Wei Yi is finally gone. My population is growing, which is great. Let's end our turn.
What say you?
But now, you still want me to form a coalition. Very interesting. I've got to be quick. Now that I'm over here, I'm going to begin conquering a lot more. I'll be taking everything to the east. Then I should be a pretty decent power.
Fire burns brightly and indiscriminately. But no flame can last forever. Starved of air, it chokes, it splutters, and is then extinguished. The tyrant is dead. Yet in the ashen darkness, the avaricious prowl.
Oh well. The minister Wang Yun is plotting the overthrow of Dong Zhuo. No longer willing to suffer the tyrant, it is said that Dong Zhuo's adopted son has been manipulated into striking the killing
absence
blow.
of people is indicative of China's sickness.
Dong Min, his younger brother, is now in control. That won't end well. Okay. Before we go into combat, let's go check on my towns real quick. Chen could use an upgrade. I've got a lot more coin now. Let's pick up over here. Our agricultural garrison camp. We'll get more replenishment per turn. That to me sounds really good. It's very cheap too. Not bad. Now if I go after you, I don't have my flaming arrows yet. That's really unfortunate. I really need those. I mean, they would be pretty darn handy. I have it for my trebuchet, but a trebuchet is really not that accurate early on. If I go into fight, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. If I try to ambush you, it really depends on my chance to do so. 60% is really not too bad. It would be 95% over here. How much movement do I need? 25%, okay. Well then, I'm going to let him know that I want to fight him. Long. I'm going to lose a lot of men taking your
What
town.
shall we discuss?
But I really need to get rid of you.
From the
I know.
chaos of war, stability is restored.
You're right about that. And I'll be doing that, not you, pal. Let's wait about here.
A fox does not announce
I've got a
itself
pretty
to the
decent
chickens.
chance to ambush him. Not the best in the world, but I'll take it. There's really only one bridge that will lead him over here. I doubt he'll come straight for me. He's not very wealthy either.
We would not be your enemy.
What now? Hong Zhao, you want a non-aggression pact. They'll pay me too.
Our talks flow as
When they heard of that
smoothly
war,
as
they
we
were like, hey, you know what? Maybe we should pay him. He's kind of a bully. I can't quite reach you, unfortunately.
To arms!
Well then, let's go straight in.
Standard stance!
I can wait here now.
Today,
I try to starve you out, but I
China.
feel like that would be potentially kind of difficult. We're currently beginning in the winter.
No.
Or maybe that would hinder him more. I don't know how many supplies that he had before the war began.
No mercy!
I'm going to demand your surrender. Will you do it? You won't do it. Okay.
Cut them down!
Again, it's only because I do not have my flaming arrows. If I did, I would go right in to kill him. Let's go look over here real quick. Chen, it's time to upgrade you. Let's pick up over here my agricultural garrison cantonment. That way I'll gain more replenishment again. And I can end my turn once more. Usually, I would like to charge straight in, but again, I don't want to lose most of my army trying to take down some towers. It just
We
doesn't go
offer
very
you
well.
peace.
Dachian wants a
Take
peace
it
treaty.
or die. We
No.
expected gratitude.
For what? You killed my father. Prepare to die. Two former generals of Dong Zhuo's faction, Gogia and Li Zhu, have rebelled in the capital, sowing further chaos within the tyrant's faction. Yeah, I told you it wouldn't last for very long. We'll keep on waiting here because Wang Long is continuing to lose men. Pretty soon, he's not going to have much left, meaning that he might sally out. That works in my favor. Having a lot of food really did benefit me. I mean, look at what we have over here. We're doing fine. We're going to be okay. Let's end our turn right now. Yuan Shu will probably want a
Don't
closer
strengthen
relationship.
our
Oh,
line.
yeah, he does. Okay. You'll pay me, but Cao Ren would join your faction. I don't really want that, no. Let's change it up a little bit. Okay. Why don't I receive a marriage? We can make it work. You want me to pay you a little bit? I suppose I could.
Your
There we go.
acceptance gives us joy.
Now we'll have a very close friendship. Not only in just oath, but blood too. Okay, we have a battle to fight out. Let's get to it now. I do feel a little bad for Wang Long. He's meant to die at a pretty old age, and he would later serve the Wei Kingdom. But we're here to change up history. With my trebuchet. It's a very good trebuchet, I might add. I do like Xiahou Yuan, but I wanted a bit more variety in my army. I'm glad we were able to recruit Gogia, because we're going to kill a lot more talented people. Let's go have a look at my own formation right now. It's right over here. In the very middle, I have all of my archers in a loose formation. Xiahou Dun is currently in the rear, with all of my horsemen. On each flank, I have spearmen, swordsmen, halberds, and a crossbow on my right flank. Cao Cao is staying with my own soldiers on the right flank. The goal is to finally let them come to me. We're going to use our trebuchet to force them over here and to kill a lot of them too. Later, I think I might begin to use my archers on the flanks instead. If I can get my archers behind an enemy line or to their flank, they'll destroy everyone. Here they come. I wanted to try a slightly different formation too. But here, Cao Cao is ready to crush another minor warlord. There can only be one, and it's going to be him. Here they come now. They're raising up their shields, and they're now charging in. Cao Cao's gearing up for another attack right in the middle of his formation. We're exchanging a lot of volleys back and forth. There goes my trebuchet again, and here comes Cao Cao. That's really a lot of arrows, man. More of my infantry is now beginning to station themselves on the front lines. That way my archers can get away. And a new duel has begun. It's time for all of them to fight. Xiahou Dun has killed so many enemy leaders, I feel bad for them. It's a really bad idea to duel him. He'll be my champion for quite some time. I wonder if we'll find someone to join us who's mightier than Xiahou Dun. Either way, I'll let him keep on fighting his duels for now. Let's get a nice overview. As you can see, Xiahou Dun has only just begun his duel. Enemy horsemen are charging in, and they're going to do some damage to me. My trebuchet is continuing to attack, and we're winning so far. Though their men do not break, they're still here. They're still trying to hold on. If I keep on flanking, if I keep on taking out their leadership, we'll eventually win the war. Well, win the battle, and then the war. Because after that, they won't have any men left. That war will be over. Xiahou Dun's having a great time. He's like, yeah man, it's a good workout. Killing people. Cao Cao is now going after their leader. Here comes more horsemen from behind.
By command!
It doesn't really matter if you have a halberd if you're pointing it the wrong way.
Go for the legs!
That's how you come in from behind. We're going to keep on flanking them. And right now, Cao Cao is really planning out his future. If we take everything over to the east and we build up a wall through Yuan Shu to the west, we'll be able to continue to grow in power until one day we can take on Yuan Shao. Yuan Shao is a very, very wealthy and powerful man. Many like him, and he's able to forge alliances whenever he wants to. But I have a feeling using Yuan Shu will work to my advantage. Here comes all of my archers now on the right flank.
One step closer to victory.
You can see over here on the left flank, I'm beginning to reform my units. My trebuchet is about to commence with their attacks again. There goes my trebuchet again. And now my volleys are beginning. They have a lot of archers coming in. They were a little bit too late, though, to truly change up the fate of that battle. I have a few more archers, and mine is spread out, too.
The enemy warriors are ready.
Those shots might not be accurate, but when they do hit, they do a lot of damage. Let's go back over here real quick, actually. You can see how many we've killed already. They have more archers over here, so we're not quite done. Their leader decided to flee the battlefield, too. A bunch of cowards. Let's have a look over here again, in the middle of our formation. My archers are beginning to pincushion their entire group. But they're still charging in, they're trying. They're pretty quick, too.
Kill them. Attack.
Unfortunately for them, they were in the way. I'm trying to reach Taoqian, and I didn't want to broker a treaty. Why broker when I can conquer? But the battle is largely over now. We were able to stop their own charge. We were able to kill so many of them. Now, as their men begin to flee, we can shoot down more of them, which is a pretty darn good idea. If we kill most of their men now, whenever we take their town, there will be very few remaining. It's really got to be an awful way to go. I wonder who are going to be the major powers later on. It won't be Yuan Shao. Liu Bei is way over here right now, and unless he moves away, I don't know what's going to happen to him. Well, we got a majority of them, and we won the battle again. That trebuchet is really good. Gogia, you're a pretty good guy. Okay, let's get ready. Eventually, we'll go after Taoqian. Right now, we need to heal up and regain our numbers. Yufan would later go work for the Sun family. Cao Cao wanted to hire him, but the guy is really direct. He's very candid about his thoughts, and I don't really want him to join me. I've already got Gogia. He's not a bad guy. I don't want to kill him. We'll let him go for 500 coins.
Let them go. It matters not.
And I want my replenishment to go up too.
You fight for me now.
If I could go after Taoqian right away, that would be amazing.
My advancement.
Alright, we have a marriage between our two families. Zhang Yang is now fighting Liu Dai. And what more is going on? Cao Cao is now rank 5, not bad. We've gained another herdsman. One more building is now complete. And what's over here? Gogia and Cao Cao are friends. Good, they should be.
Crush them.
At rank 5, what am I going to give you now? There's really a lot here that I want you to pick up. Nobility would be fantastic. I think for now, though, I will give you intensity. It'll give you mighty knockback and more charge speed for your own retinue. It'll be a bit tougher in combat because of it. Now, Wang Lang, you ran away from a battle that you wanted to fight. You're all alone, too. I feel a little bit bad for him. I'm kidding, I don't. Okay, let's steal the gate.
It could end no other way.
Now we get the capital of Benqing.
Taking the
Let's
settlement.
occupy it. Did we kill him? I suppose we did. Oh well. Did Yufan die too? That's really a shame. Poor guy. Well, we got paid for it. That worked out for me. I now have a lot more money, though my income is very, very low.
Wills seek compromise.
Let's repair the town. There we are. I'll gain a Confucian temple providing +8 to public order. Now that's really good too. And here's a mail post. If I could focus all of Pingqing upon making more money through commerce, that would be pretty beneficial. Okay, now we only need the temple and farmland. Taoqian controls the farmland right over here to the east. I'll take care of him. Then we'll get Donghai. It's a small city. We'll keep on pushing, I suppose. I mean, there's no real reason to stop. Look at all of my food now. 17 food. We're getting more income from my peasantry. Okay. Who would like a non-aggression pact? No one. Taoqian wants to give up. I didn't even hit you yet, man. Calm down. He's like, hey man, do you want to be a buddy? No, I don't want to be a buddy.
Welcome, friend.
Okay, again, I want you to really hate your brother. Yeah, that'll work.
This is disturbing to hear.
I know! He's a really bad guy. You shouldn't like him. Okay, how much longer until I get to rank up? Not much longer, then I can promote a few people. And that's really what I want to do. It took some time, but look at how much we own now. We could own much more. I think if I had gone to the west right in the very beginning, instead of coming over here to the east to take Yangzhou, then it would have been a little bit easier for me. Then I could have moved through here to the north and taken really easy locations. But instead, I went right through the most difficult part, which would be the large town, Pingqing. Thankfully, it all worked out.
Let us draw up plans.
Okay, I suppose we can end our turn again. But before I do that, let's go back to my court. How is my family doing? Pretty darn good. You're a court noble. You are my heir, and you're very young. Eventually, I might adopt a few of you into my family. I'm not sure when, but one day that may happen. And I pay all of you a lot. Dear God. Okay. We can end our turn again. I wonder if Tao Qian has a very large army. No, probably not. If he's willing to sign a peace treaty, he's either very timid or, oh hello, Yuan Shu is now fighting Wang Guang. And another child. Dear God, Cao Cao. He's like, I love warring and making love. And now we have a clay rat. Great. I mean, thank you. Sure. Okay, you don't really need a wedge formation. No one here really does. Yeah, true, but take it anyway. You'll get 2 resolve. Yeah, that'll work. I can't wait for him to level up. I really need him to level up. Flaming arrows would be amazing to have. Alright. I believe I'm pretty much done here. There's more people in my court. Let's go back over here. We'll see. You're not too bad, but I don't really want you. You're only rank 2. I don't really need more people in my court. I've got plenty already. You're only 21. Okay. Oh, you have a water clock. Hold on. You don't need that, do you? Yeah, I don't believe you do. Let's come over here. Yuan Anyang. You've got some really good stuff. Wow. I'll take that and that. She's like, hey, come on. What? You don't need it. I don't really want your weapon. No, you can keep it. She's still pretty happy, too. It's all working out. Okay, corruption goes down. Oh, it's on cooldown. Okay, okay. I've got to wait. Fine, fine, fine. I suppose I can wait.
I will rid China of
Pingqing.
warlords.
I could upgrade you. Is there any other building I can upgrade? No, there's not. That's really a lot of money. What about Chen? Chen needs to be upgraded. What's over here? Communal grain farms. That would provide, let's see, more prestige, more food. But I do like having my replenishment, so I'm going to keep what I have right now. I wonder if I accidentally converted at least one time. I probably did, but I think I did in the very beginning, which was intentional though. Okay, what else do I have over here? My population is not at its cap yet, meaning that I don't need to upgrade my capital yet. My livestock farm could become a livestock estate, providing more food production again. We'll do that. It'll take only 5 turns. Yeah. And I think we're going to call it for right now. When we're back, we'll begin to attack the lands of Tao Qian. Thank you for watching. Leave a like down below, and let me know what you think about our first part. More will be coming tomorrow. Until then.